It's a little late, but it's there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Seattle. Detroit. It's a rough start.
Rock City.
It's a rough start.
Detroit, Rock City, everybody.
I'm going to Seattle. It was in my head.
That's the weekend after this, right?
Yep.
And let's just start off to make it relevant. Our ticket giveaway is still going from Monday's show.
That is true.
So go comment below Monday's stream.
Yes.
If you want to get some tickets to Seattle.
Think Rachel said, she just messaged me this morning that we still had some tickets to give away for Seattle. So there's still some tickets up for grabs.
Still some open. Okay.
So, yeah, go to Monday's show.
What are you guys doing?
I don't know.
Throwback to Moseman, our guest caller on Monday.
Yeah.
And his our little deal with Motocross Action. If you haven't subscribed already, you're missing out on you will make money off his deal. But
1 cent.
Yeah, 1 cent.
But that 1 cent could get you free shipping.
Yep.
And free,
and information, some cool journalism. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
We watched his shootouts, by the way, because we were curious who won. That Yamaha 4 Fatty.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yes, we did.
All right.
Anyways, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Got 103 right now.
Stop the BS. What's your podium? Just
straight into
point.
McElrath.
Josh Hill, Justin
Hill.
Hill.
What is going on?
I actually haven't made my picks yet. I'm going to do it during the show today.
At 15 seconds before the timer was over.
Did you?
Call us SXperts or something.
Dude, does anybody remember what Detroit did to all the riders last year?
If they don't, we can
We're
show
going
it
to show that
them.
here in just a moment.
Holy.
But, yeah.
If we get half as entertaining of a Detroit as we did last year, it's going to be some good stuff. But so where do you want to start, man? Should we do we need to go over our prizes again? What's up for grabs this weekend?
Throw
here
them up real quick. We talked about them on Monday's show, but here they are. You can see them up there. Those are the weekly prizes.
Weeklies.
Killer prizes from all the great sponsors of the show.
Yep.
Levi, and then we got grand prizes up here on the screen as well. 3 dirt bikes and a whole bunch of other goodies. And don't forget, too, on those weekly prizes, we do the RockyMountainHTMC.com gift cards. We do 90 of those. Are they $10? $10,
yes. Yeah.
90 Rocky Mountain gift cards.
That doesn't hurt.
No.
That doesn't hurt.
Yeah. Oh, Cole Seeley, good point. I just saw a post from him. He's racing Seattle. I don't know. He must be on the Moto Concepts, or is he on that Firepower? No.
I wonder, because when does
World Supercross is,
and
I don't think that starts till the summer, though.
Maybe he's just trying to get some gate drops.
Guess warming up a little bit on the Moto Concepts team.
He could shake things up.
I don't know if he's riding a 250 or 450. I think a 250.
Oh, that's another thing.
Ryan Glendale.
That polls. Was this you? This is somebody else in our office. I'm guessing Nick. But that was a topic that we want to bring up. What do you guys want to see from the show? I've seen some comments like, do you want Chase and I to get a little bit more personal? Do you love the stats? We want to hear it all. Like, we want to turn this into...
We're already brainstorming for next year's show.
Yep.
What we want to do differently.
Even currently, like, we're barely halfway through this season. We're down to switch some things up, so let us know.
Yeah. Would you like to see podcast form?
Yeah.
Have a show and a podcast.
Do you want it longer? Do you want it shorter? Do you want more interviews? Yeah, Robbie K likes the charts, talks with the riders. The talks are always good. We do have plans to get you guys some more access to the stats because I do understand that as we run through them here on the show, sometimes a lot of things can get missed. So if that's what you're all about, definitely join the Discord. That if we are going to post them anywhere, that's where it's going to be. Mm-hmm. But we are open to any and all ideas. We just want to make this what you guys want to see because we enjoy doing it. But anyways, yeah, comment now, comment below afterwards. Let us know your thoughts.
Let's go.
That's
right.
Cherry on top.
All right. Things we need to go over real quick. So remember, link to the Discord is in the description of this video. That's where we post all the memes. Dr. JB always helps us out with the stats.
Every time.
And there's a really cool stat chart that he always updates that shows, in fact, well, that's where we pull out of our stats from. So you can see the top 10 or I think top 12 riders. There's all these different categories. And you can see exactly how they stack up to each other. For
especially for
lap.
triple crowns, just some of those off races. Like he's got averages for lap 10, lap 15,
their lap
20, as far as where they are on that lap on average. So, but as far as Detroit is concerned, what should we go into? Injuries first. We want to talk about who's not going to be there, who should not be in your picks.
Let's see, Marv,
Stewart,
Malcolm's out, Ferrandis.
I think
I feel like he should just call it a day.
Yeah.
And just get ready for outdoors at this point, right?
And
Maybe?
No kidding. I mean, he's not in a championship hunt.
No, not.
And he's,
Colt Nichols?
I haven't seen anything as far as Nichols. So.
He was on concussion protocol last I remember. So, I don't know. Other than that, I haven't heard or seen anything yet. Benny Bloss, who could be a potential wild card pick. Keep your eyes out because I know he had a pretty good crash last week, but I haven't seen an update.
So we just gonna have to pay attention to qualifying. More Jet and Deegan, says Robert.
Oh my gosh! Stop it!
Oh boy, can we do that? Before we get too deep, Daniel Hubbard from Race Day Live will be calling.
I didn't say that yet.
Did you not say? Yeah, if you didn't, or if you did, I'm saying it again.
If you want to hear the most enthusiastic, wide open,
he loves
interview.
it all.
Just give it 10 minutes.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
No, we're pumped. So stick around for that. We're stoked to talk to him as always.
Yes.
And
okay.
Track trends. Let's get a look at what Detroit has to offer this week or this year. This year?
So the dirt here, I don't know if I went back and rewatched last year's race, and it was very hard pack, very slick conditions, which is typically what Detroit is. But I don't know if the dirt's been outside, if it's been soaking, if it's frozen.
Good question.
I just assume it's going to be the same as last year and be hard pack and slick. Really busy layout, though.
Yeah, but these are the tracks that I've been enjoying so much this year are the ones where they're back and forth across the start straight, using every bit of real estate.
I kind of like that little 180, 180.
The S turns. No, that's great. Definitely a longer start straight. I think, it's not. We're definitely going to have more racing than last week.
Yeah, these
for
whoops,
sure.
Going back, looking at historic Detroit, will not be jumpers. They're going to be blitzers all night long. I don't know. It looks like a cool track design. Every time I think it's going to race a certain way, it doesn't. It races totally different. So kind of see how it goes. But like we were talking about earlier, last year this was the race where Tomac just completely blew the points lead wide open because
he was the only one that didn't land on his head.
Pretty much. Levi, roll highlights, please.
Let's start with Sexton jumping onto Webb. This, I'm sure most people remember this one. But, oh, my goodness. This was the beginning of it all, right?
Yeah.
Because I swear, it was rough for both of them.
Yeah. So we have that in slow-mo. It's right here.
All these top contenders just found themselves on the ground last year.
Yep.
And it was nobody's fault necessarily. Obviously, Webb kind of initiated it, but I don't know if he hit neutral or...
No, I think they said he just forgot kind of where he was at on the track.
Oh, he mistimed. Yeah, he mistimed.
Because he's supposed to go 2 in there.
So, yeah, it is.
Ferrandis crashed out of this race. We don't have it, but he got hurt in this race. So there's 2 guys out. Ferrandis crashed out. And then as soon as that happened, like less than a minute later, Anderson's on the deck. And Tomac had come through the pack, had passed for the lead, and then Anderson did this. Yep. Hits his head pretty good.
Yeah, I remember he was down. It was kind of scary.
Well, does everyone remember?
It's all loopy.
Do you remember when he tried to get back on his bike?
Oh, no.
I mean, you try not to laugh, but...
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Try not to laugh.
Oh, no.
Red in the face.
He fell off to the right. Mike went to the left. That's a rough night.
It was a rough night.
It just fell off. Okay, that's not nice because he is an amazing motorcycle rider.
If you're going to laugh.
You got to laugh at Marv. So Marv has already crashed and lost his visor. He's already lost it.
Over it. Get off.
and then watch him. He tries to go riding, and the visor is just dangling.
What do? I pull into the pits if I'm him.
I don't know.
I pull into the pits and call it a night. If I'm not in the championship hunt and that's happening to me, I'm going home.
You know every camera is watching you right now to rip your visor.
And it wasn't like he was pissed.
Oh, yeah.
He was
He almost ripped himself to the ground right there. Oh, I'm sorry, but
good.
I'm crying, dude. That was funny.
But they were all okay, ultimately. But
Yeah.
you were absolutely right. That is the night Tomac just blew everybody out of the water as far as points go. And what if that happens again? We will see.
Who knows, dude? But anyway, that's what we got going on here. Let's get into a few of the stats here.
Speaking of stats, Christian did just hit us up with a fun stat to mention with 2% of players already have picked Roczen to win Detroit.
Where at?
He hit us up on
Teams?
On Teams.
Oh.
Yep.
2%,
And I wonder,
2%, huh?
yeah, your boy, our boy Levi is one of that. Is amongst that 2%, I should say.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I don't have that confidence
No, I don't
yet.
either. But
Last week is exactly what we talked about, like the right time, the right conditions. Can he get the whole shot? Tomac and some of the top dudes are Sexton crashes, Tomac's in 8th.
the stars aligned.
Stars
to some
aligned
extent.
to an extent.
But it quadrupled apparently because it was 0.5% last round.
Chase, they're saying you should bleach your hair if Kenny wins again. So.
Oh, we need more bets. Is that what we need for fantasy? We need more
Bleach
bets.
the hair for Kenny's win.
No, yeah, if he does it again.
Okay.
You up for that?
He's not going to win, so sounds good. What are you? Okay. What's your
what's
bet?
up for? I don't. You decide.
I don't know, dude.
Shave an eyebrow.
More tattoos.
Oh, more tattoos? Yeah. All right. We'll
Get that
figure
Ken
something out.
Roczen mural that's in Fox headquarters just across my chest or something.
Yeah.
And you pay for it.
I pay for it? Why? When you and your buddies go tattoo each other
Yeah.
for fun on the weekends. Hey, why not? Kickstart
tequila.
tattoo? No.
Dyes my hair pink.
Oh,
says Sid
or just
Sorensen.
grows a rockin' mustache. Oh. Because Kobe here, you should see the blonde hair that comes
Should
off
we-
of that
should-
lip.
We can do that. It's going to take a little bit, but we can do that.
I feel like we should just shave mustaches just to do it because they're in.
Okay.
Okay, let's do
SXperts Stash Gang. Hey, Levi's already ahead of us,
Levi's already
so really,
there. Yeah.
I got the most work to do.
Kickstart tattoo. Ain't going to happen. All right, here we go. Can Kobe grow a mustache? Absolutely. Okay, Eli Tomac, Cooper Webb. Here's my question. Is Eli Tomac a better Tomac when he's
With
not
no red
with
plate?
no red plate at this point in the season? You're not protecting, and it's not like he had a big points gap going into last week, but at this point, we talked about it with Josh Mosman on Monday. There is no more weirdo rides. You cannot, if you're Tomac and you're in
For
8th
Tomac,
place,
he can't have any
and
more
the track is
weirdo
sketchy.
rides.
You cannot just say, you know what, I'm just going to haul this one in and take an 8th place tonight because the track's sketchy.
Yeah, he's lost the points lead. You can't.
Yeah.
So
Does that again. Say if Webb won last week and Tomac takes 8th, or if Webb wins this week and Tomac takes 8th, it's blown up to like a
That's a
10-point
very
lead
good
or
point.
something, you know?
Yeah, you think it was? So you're thinking that the red plate, he was just overconfident in that. I got the points lead. I don't have to push over the edge.
I understand, like, don't throw it away, but I do feel like Eli's been riding really tentative.
I think we see him a little bit more Daytona style. A little
think
bit
so?
more. Yep. I think he forces the issue a little bit.
It's just, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. No, I think he's going to be a little bit more aggressive because, he doesn't have any other options.
But here's what you need to know, though. Tomac in Detroit, look at his record. He's gone 1-1-1-5. He's been dominant in Detroit.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and check this out. Each time he's finished 5th or worse in his championship seasons, and even before that, he goes on to win.
Yeah, that has been his trend this year.
And then let's see here. In his 2 title years, he hasn't gone more than 2 races in a row outside the top 5.
I do have him to win this weekend already.
He's good on hard pack conditions.
I would have to believe that. I think that the stars will align for him because hard pack conditions. He has this resume of bouncing back.
Yep.
And he really does have to make up some ground now. And I don't know, he needs a points gap. Last year he finished the series.
He didn't even race
around
Salt
early.
Lake.
We got a caller?
Are we ready to rock and roll? Ladies and gentlemen, let's ask.
No,
we're not ready. Levi's over here doing this.
Hey, don't jump the gun.
Do it.
Don't jump the gun.
Okay, Cooper Webb. The real question is, because raw speed, he's not going to beat Eli Tomac and Chase Sexton straight up. Chase, I'm tired of talking about him crashing,
No
but
kidding.
the real question I have is, can Cooper Webb podium Eli Tomac to death?
Yes. Yes, he can.
Will podiums just on the box beat Tomac because Tomac's kind of been either dominant or not very spectacular?
First or nothing. In fact, I don't think he's finished fourth this year. He really is just all or nothing.
Okay.
Yes, he can podium to death. So I want to hear that in the chat, actually. Let's get a poll going.
What's crazy is in 2019, he won 7 races. In 2021, he won 8 times. So far, he only has 2 wins. We've got 8 races left. Mm-hmm. So can he get 4 or 5 more wins? So he is, I looked at it too, by this round, or by round 9 or 10 in his championship years, he had already had, so in 2019, 2021, go back to that, Levi. Sorry. 2019, 2021, he had only finished outside the top 5 twice in the whole season.
Yeah.
This year, he hasn't finished worse than 5th so far, but he had more wins by round 10 in those years. Mm-hmm. So far, he only has 2. So he's a little off pace in that regard, but he is just sticking on the podium.
That's just the Red Bull KTM way. And I don't see that changing at all.
Neither do I.
I don't see Webb finishing outside of the top 5 this year. I really don't. So, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. If Tomac doesn't get it together,
okay,
I guess, or has another off weekend, that he's out of it.
Is this someone saying that Tomac's won 5 races
this year?
Or 4? 5 or 4? I don't know.
It'd be, it's
at
least 4.
It's at least 4.
Yep.
What about the,
There was a funny comment talking about his health insurance rates must be outrageous.
Doesn't want to pay that.
Yeah.
Don't want to pay that max out of pocket. Levi, throw up that graphic. We got a head-to-head here with Webb and Tomac.
Pulled it up earlier. Let's dive deep. Tattoo of Kobe on Chase's calf if Kenny wins again.
I would not defame my calves with Kobe's face. Look at this, though. So Tomac's starts are better. Webb's got a better average finish. Webb has more podiums. That's so crazy.
Look at the laps led. Isn't that crazy?
93-18, but Coop is still beating him by 1 point.
I think there's going to be a fire under Tomac, and with a better start straight, a less sketchy track, the conditions kind of help Tomac out a little bit. I can just predict Tomac getting a good start and running away with it this weekend.
The last thing that Tomac wants to do is let Webb start, getting a gap, right?
Oh yeah. If he does that, then it's over. Because like we were saying, he's not going to finish outside the top 5, probably even the podium. So
we do have Dan on the line.
Oh,
Hubbard,
my goodness.
He's ready to roll.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we told you it's going to be a wide-open interview right now for the next 15 or 20 minutes. Because we have Dan Hubbard from Race Day Live. Dan, how are you doing?
We're doing good. Good to see you.
Over here chitter-chatting, pretending like we know what's going on with these riders. I am beating Kobe. That's honestly all that matters at this point.
Yep. That's all that matters.
I literally, after Saturday night, I only look for one other person's score, and it's his.
And it's not by much, but ooh.
Really?
15 people in there. Right now, I'm standing 9th out of 14, and I don't know what's going on, man. I need some work.
Hey, we still got time, though. There's still plenty of time.
Jeez.
Good.
Hold on. We've been told we're having a technical difficulty.
Everything good on your end, Dan?
Oh, there we go. I think it's because my phone was connected to Roadcaster Pro or something.
Oh, I see.
Okay, we got you. We're good. We're good.
We're just BSing.
It looks frozen. I might be frozen.
Yeah,
it could be me. I don't know.
As long as we got your voice.
You. Okay, we're good. Hey, so Kobe and I were just chit-chatting a little bit here, and we were talking about these two guys.
Of course.
Tomac, Webb. And we talked about this on Monday because we had Josh Mosman call in. And Tomac's, he's been, when the track's not gelling with him and he's not totally comfortable, we've seen it. He just kind of rides around in whatever position he's given off the start. At this point in the series, though, now that Webb's up by a point, he can't do that anymore. So, or what do you think, though? I mean, is Tomac in a spot now where he has to push in those situations where he's not comfortable?
I think so. I mean, we'll see how it plays out here in Detroit. I didn't get to hear exactly what you guys were talking about before. I heard a little bit about it, but changing of the track and how he's kind of held back a little bit, but super uncharacteristic. I know going into Detroit, you guys might have mentioned it. He's won the last 3 times we were there, 17, 19, 22. Of course, 19 was a Triple Crown, I believe, and Webb came in second. So obviously he loves the dirt there, loves the track. We'll see what they throw at him with Dirt Works and everything that's gone on. I haven't had a chance to check out the track. Of course, Yamaha does that track map every week, and I need to scope that out and have we'll have Justin Brayton on the show, by the way, coming up for this weekend for Race Day Live. So he's going to break it down for us. And of course, who better to do that than Justin Brayton? But you know me, man.
A new page. I mean, it's entertaining, no doubt, but it just keeps everybody, we want to keep them safe, right? I mean, ultimately, we want all the riders to be able to make it through the season. They have a hard enough time with it on their own. So that's cool to see from Justin.
Totally. And he did. I mean, you watched how many people he passed going into getting up onto that podium, going after Kenny. That was remarkable, man. I mean, and every single one of them pretty clean. Remember going after Coop. Yep. You know, there's a number of things he could have gone after Kenny easily. Yep. He could have taken that speed and pushed him into a corner and off the track, and he chose not to. And so, I mean, if you want proof that he's changed, I mean, I think Indianapolis proved that for Justin Barcia. And by the way, as we saw with Jason Anderson last year and even this year, when you avoid that stuff, you can do better, right? It really does get in the way, those IOUs and those paybacks.
It definitely does.
They become a major problem, not for the people you're going after for retribution, but for your own points and your own prize purse and your own money and your own contract coming up in the following year, right? All these things factor into how well and how clean you race.
Now, I do think, Barcia did check up a little bit. However, could you imagine, though, the repercussions if Barcia cleans out Kenny in that main event? It's like the people's hero trying to win on the Kickstarter, and then Barcia just T-bones him. It would be or career ending for Barcia.
Extra incentive. I don't know about career ending, but certainly a meeting with Mike Pelletier and the AMA and a lot of unhappy people. But yeah, I mean, you know, Rubin's racing and there's a line though that you don't want to cross, right? And so that was a huge issue that had to be going through his mind. But yeah, I mean, you're in Barcia's head. You're going to look at passing him. You can do it dirty, and you're like, hang on. This Kenny Roczen, this is a Supercross treasure right here. Let's set the balance.
Hey Dan,
and ruin my rep here that I've been trying to build so carefully back up.
No kidding.
Hey, somebody asked in the chat, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done or said on a show? Race Day Live, during the night program?
Oh man, I don't know. Here's what I try to do. I've got this really good quality is when I make a mistake or say something stupid, I have amnesia instantly. It's awesome. I try to forget about it, and then I'll go back and maybe watch the program if I can and learn from it and try not to make that mistake again. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a great question. Sometimes you're looking at your notes or something and the camera comes on. And I got reading glasses, so I'm like reading my notes.
Oh, really?
And the camera crew puts a camera on me, and I'm like, and I'll throw my glasses down on there on live TV. Like, hey, welcome back to Race Day Live.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't get super embarrassing. For me, we play pretty tight on that show, and we have fun. Certainly, I open my mouth quite a bit. You know, I'm a talker, and I tend to be really hyperactive, and you know, and so I haven't really got myself into too much trouble. I think I made a mistake. I forget what we were doing. I forget what I was doing, but I made some mistake. And I remember Todd Harris did that. He made a mistake and called Justin Jason.
We were talking about that.
He's calling Jason Justin all night long.
Jason Justin.
Yep.
And he blew it. But I mean, you got to think, this dude says 100,000 things right, makes a mistake, and then that defines him. And that pressure of doing that, and it just happens. It just flips in your brain. I just had one recently And it was like that. It just flipped in my brain, and I can't remember what it was, and I don't know why. But
it's not easy when there's 12
weird stuff
Justins.
happens when you're announcing. You're saying a million words, and invariably you're going to get a few of them wrong. Not you guys, but everybody else.
Oh, we've had our fair share.
Someone said here that
you guys are ice cold.
Did you say that Deegan definitely passed the smell test? Someone said Ricky.
I
said
did not, but it's possible. That's possible. I mean,
these guys are
is
diving
fresh.
deep.
He smells so good. Smelled it. Just like his pops. That whole family is fresh, man. They I don't know what they got going on.
When you got
but
that many eyeballs on you, you gotta be.
Hey,
you try, right? It's pretty interesting thing, and it's an odd place to be, but for me, it really is just about hanging out, having fun, and
good.
Dude, with Justin Brayton sitting next to me and
kidding.
Daniel Blair, it's hard to mess up. Those guys are incredible. It's a dream. That's my job, by the way, is really to just set them up, kind of engage with them, and then let them flow. Right? I'm a host; they are analysts, and what better people to have to be on a show with and to learn from and to be around and to hang with. Those two guys are incredible. And all of our field reporters, Adam Enicknav did great. Lurch has been doing great. Haley's awesome. Georgia and Katie, I mentioned. Katie was talking about Ken Roczen from the very beginning of our episode Saturday morning about getting into the Four Timers Club. And everyone else like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, he's done well here before. He's won 3 times in the residency. But, man, she kept hammering down like Ken Roczen, keep an eye on him. And sure enough, he pulled it off. So that was kind of cool. But we've got a wicked crew on Race Day Live. And by the way, we appreciate all your support. Rocky Mountain ATV MC is incredible. And having that aspect of our show with you guys coming in and talking about our picks and getting that knowledge in is fantastic.
Oh, we definitely enjoy it. And I wanted to ask you, Dan, like with being so involved with qualifying and Race Day Live, I mean, you're paying so much attention to qualifying every single week. When it comes to the fantasy side of things, is that ultimately what is deciding your picks, or are you going from the heart every single weekend?
Usually it's from the heart for me. So I do. And I also try. I mean, there's a running joke now on Race Day Live that I'm just picking Eli Tomac to win every time. And I do all my picks. I do actually do all 5 picks. I know 15th, I think, is the wild card coming up this weekend in Detroit. But I do all my picks. I lock them in. But we don't have a ton of time to get into it on the show. But we do our top picks. And for me, like even going into Detroit, dude, he's won 3 times since we've been here, right? The last 3 in a row. And it's hard to bet against that. So when you get to Daniel Blair and Clinton Fowler and these guys who really dig deeper than I do, then it becomes more about what's going on with the track. Who does better in this condition? Will this, and traditionally, by the way, I thought Eli would do just fine in those conditions, but it turns out he's kind of backing off for whatever reason.
Yeah,
but,
that's why I wonder with Tomac, do we need to pay more attention to qualifying with him now? If he's just not looking comfortable, if he's off by a good margin, is that?
Yeah, but maybe. I mean, I forget where he wound up in in Daytona. But he was talking about, I wasn't feeling comfortable. Then the lights come on and he just wins. It's like hard to know with him. I do know that just watching him, giving him a little slack, having an off night or 2 is fine. I think this is the worth, right? He got, what was it?
I think he got sixth overall at that Triple Crown.
Yeah, so that was rough, and that was primarily from that one crash.
Yeah,
he went off into the tough blocks and the miracle crash where he was okay. But so odd to see. Even in the heat race in Indy, he was just getting past. It was just dink, dink, dink. That was really odd to see, and I think odd for a lot of Eli Tomac fans. But of course, I don't think we should panic yet. I don't think we need to send anything out and freak out. I think it'll be all right. That's just my gut feeling. The guy is looking at the long game. We have 31 rounds this year, if you include outdoors and the 2 playoffs and the World Championship in Los Angeles. So that guy is a master of playing the long game, and he knows that as much as he wants the Supercross title, the big picture of being that first champion ever of the Super Motocross World Championship, I think is crucial. So I'm not worried about it. And I think Detroit, unless there's something wrong that we don't know about, right? So there's always that speculation, like last year when his knee was hurt and he wound up skipping the entire last round because he already locked up the championship. So unless there's something wrong that we don't know about that's long lasting, or even something was wrong that night, I don't know. In Indy, we don't know. But I think he's trying to play a mature game where He's not willing to take chances. He's not willing to get injured for this, especially this late in his career. He wants to be healthy. He wants to be there for his family, all these things, and for his team. So if he's not feeling right, I think there are times where you have to have that maturity to back down, assuming there's nothing else going on that we aren't aware of. Okay. So I respect it. You don't think he would back down that far. You would think he would put a little extra for him. So they answered your question. Was this a yes or no question? Because I think I'm still talking. But yeah, the answer is don't worry. Let's see what he does here in Detroit. If he strings a few of these together, back 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th place, that is worrisome. I'm hoping we get our classic Eli Tomac back in Detroit.
What about Anderson fans? He's only got 2 podiums.
Yeah. Odd. And again, I think I have no idea what's going on with him. I remember we were talking about the AMA talking to him and talking about probation and all these kind of things when he came out and mixed it up with some other racers. So is he doing it on purpose? I don't think so. I think everything, this sport, again, I ride for fun. I've never dropped the gate in a race. And so understanding what it's like to sit on a gate next to everyone, 60,000, 50,000 people watching, millions potentially worldwide watching around, and just everything that has to come together to pull it off. I don't know what that's like. And that's part of what we do on our show is try to get into their heads and figure out what makes them tick. What is wrong? Why is Kenny having so much trouble? And how is he, we've been talking about that all year, what's going on with Suzuki and suspension issues and all these different suspension companies he has coming in and out, what's happening with the bike. So that's what we really try to break down. And I think you guys do that as well on your show. And that kind of gives you an idea of what you're looking at going into it. With Jason Anderson, I'm a big Jason Anderson fan. I mean, I love these guys. They're incredible. I don't have anything bad to say about any one of them, including Jason Anderson. So him and Barcia, to me, obviously Barcia looks the best right now, but Jason is your guy to go from 7 wins last year to 0 wins this year. That is odd. Very odd.
It's so kind of reminiscent of Cooper Webb from 2021 to last year, just like dominant. Yeah. And then just like you're just a top 5 guy, but you haven't really challenged for wins. Kind of interesting.
It is interesting.
With the last of the top dogs, I guess, Sexton, I have a hard time believing that he thinks that he's completely out of it. But from your perspective, would you consider Sexton out of this championship already?
I don't, just because you never know what can happen. And again, which championship? We've got 4 different championships within the championship. So in terms of Supercross, which is, I think you're asking specifically 17 rounds of Supercross, I don't think he's out of it, but it's pretty rough, right? When you start getting close to a full race down, that kind of thing, anything can happen. But with Eli pulling back a little bit, if that's really what's happening, and he's kind of going to cruise and protect that points lead or his second place that's in right now. And with Cooper Webb being so consistent and understanding and his racecraft and how he works, it does not look good for Chase Sexton this year. But again, we did a comparison of Eli Tomac and Chase Sexton through their first, I think, 30 or 40 races, and it's very similar. Eli had a lot of these same troubles that Chase was having. And in some metrics, Chase was even better than Eli in his first 3 years. So it'll be interesting to see as Chase progresses and gets more comfortable avoiding certain mistakes. And even on that bike, I think they're still looking for stuff with that bike, some changes and issues with the bike for Chase. So when they can solve all these things, and again, it's just like Jason Anderson, you have all these factors, these mental factors, physical factors, potentially, although, by the way, that's another factor for Chase Sexton. I was going to say no physical issues. There might be now, because in that crash, he hurt his ankle.
He was hobbling.
I don't know. He went through and he was kind of limping and hobbling. I haven't had an update, and they'll probably wrap it and he'll probably be fine. But is that going to affect, the picks coming up and how you do RM Fantasy? And will it affect Chase ultimately for the rest of the year? He's pretty tough. I'm sure he'll push through it if he's able to. So I can't imagine it'll be that big of a factor, but we don't know, right?
Yep.
So, and again, that could happen to Tomac, could happen to Webb, could happen to any number of the racers out there.
Well, look, the fact is, if Sexton just wins 2 races in a row,
he's back.
He's a couple points out of the title. So it's I don't count Chase Sexton out. I think he just needs to string a couple wins together, kind of figure this thing out, get his I think his confidence is what's lacking more than anything at this point. Has nothing to do with.
Why is it lacking?
I think when you just have that many mistakes in a row, I just don't feel like with what's happening. I don't think Chase Sexton can get in the lead right now and not think about not crashing. Mm-hmm. I just don't think you can do that.
So that's the heart of this question.
He's got to shake that demon. Once he does get rid of that demon,
yes,
look out.
It's lights out. It's like I mean, for all intents and purposes, he was about to pass Kenny. This is where he crashed, right? Because Kenny goes inside, he goes outside, drags a peg, doesn't think about it. That choice, I don't think he was running that rut, so he makes the choice to change, which is what we've been talking about. Make that change in real time. Your racecraft, do what Cooper Webb does, do what Eli does, and what Eli did in Oakland, changing lines, that 3-3-3 to 2-in-3-3, right? And make a different line. Do what you got to do, making those adjustments. So Chase, when he makes these adjustments, he still had a problem, as he did in Indy. So that's the issue, and that gets deep into your head. I've talked to numerous racers about that, and they talk about how that can just start playing in on itself and becomes a problem. So he needs a win here to shake that and snap it and get that out of his head. And it's just time. Tomac talked about it. It's just time. It's experience. Yeah. That's a huge part of this, right? Is the guy? It's only his third year. Give him a shot. It's going to take time. We're pushing so hard on this kid. He's getting it from Honda. He's getting it from himself. He's getting it from the fans. He's getting it from us on Race Day Live, from the broadcast.
Himself.
We'll talk about the podcast. Poor kid. And he's just in his third year. You're looking at a future champion, right? Gotta be. And whether he gets it done this year or not, the way he races and just the speed with which he races at, once he solves kind of these small problems, it doesn't mean he'll never crash again. It means he'll limit them as he moves forward. And that's pure and simple experience.
Ultimately, obviously a win would boost his confidence, but I think for Sexton, he just needs a clean ride. He needs a main event with no mistakes, whether he wins or not. Just land on the podium.
No incidents.
No incidents. I think that ultimately would be the best thing for him. I know a win obviously would give him that same or more confidence, but he just needs to have a mistake-free night, and he'll figure it out eventually.
And be able to reset. And like I was talking about, when I make my mistakes, I just tend to block them out and keep going. Remember Detroit last year? Was it last year?
Yep.
It was last year when Webb misjumped or went to triple and missed and hung up, and Sexton landed on him. I mean, they were battling for a podium. It was close, third or fourth place, right? So those things, these problems that happen, you'd be able to go into an arena and reset. You got to go from Indy and that crash and reset and wipe that out. And they talk about, Jet Lawrence being just a master of that, just let it go. Okay, it happened, moving on.
Absolutely.
As long as you're healthy. So those things, again, that comes with time, that comes with experience. Some people are just better at it than others, but there's no doubt we're looking at a future champion and maybe one of the greatest ever in Chase Sexton to throw a leg over a bike.
I like it. Well, hey, Dan, we know you're a busy man because you're actually about to go hop on a plane to fly to Detroit for Race Day Live. And when we're all done here, we're going to film our promos that you and JB10 are going to talk about on Saturday. So, hey, we want to thank you for your time, for calling in the show. Give us your thoughts. Kind of interesting few talking points you had there. But give us your podium real quick for the weekend.
Oh, man. All right. So I do have Eli back up on top to make it 4 in a row here in Detroit. I'm not a little worried about what happened last week, but let's stick with him. Yep. I do have Justin Barcia has been getting faster and faster and faster. I have him in second place, and then I have Cooper Webb on the podium. It's hard to take Coop off the podium. Yeah. Eli's best venue, Cooper Webb's second worst venue, I believe. So it's Eli's second best venue and Cooper Webb's second worst. That's for a number of reasons that aren't entirely his fault, but just the way it is. So, but he's got to be on the podium, right? And then Ken Roczen, I want to put him on the podium. I'd love to see him win again. That'd be cool, but I have fourth place as of now. We'll keep an eye on what happens. And then Chase Sexton in fifth. Kyle Chisholm for 15th for the wild card.
Ooh, I like that.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. Hey, Dan, if it makes you feel any better, my younger brother is just as big of, or a bigger even fan of Tomac, and he's had rollover picks for I think 6 weeks in a row with Tomac to win, and he's leading almost every group I'm in. So
there you go. Yep. So I shouldn't feel bad.
Nope,
man.
You should not feel bad at all.
Away from Eli Tomac, and especially going into a venue. I think in Daytona, on the four of us, I was the only one who picked him on the panel for Race Day Live.
Wow.
How is that possible?
I mean, I bet against Daytona, him too. But
but it's all good.
Yep, for sure. Well, thank you so much, Dan. We're excited to talk to you, I guess, in the weird way it is with our promos, but we'll see you on Race Day Live this weekend. Enjoy the races. Yeah, and that's it for us.
All right, yes, we'll see you this Saturday.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you guys. Thanks
Yep.
for having me on.
See ya.
Honor.
Of course.
See
See
ya.
ya. Awesome. Yeah, you really can't go wrong being a Tomac fan. I meant to bring that up with my younger brother leading 3 of the 5 groups I'm in, or 4 groups I'm in. He's had rollovers. I found that out last weekend. I was going to pick his brain on what he's doing because he's destroying all of us.
And he said,
he's like, I haven't changed my picks for about 6 weeks in a row. I was like, oh,
Jeez.
okay. I mean, if you have Sexton, Webb, Tomac in the top 3, you would have gotten a good amount of points here.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks to Dan for
You
that.
know what, dude? Anderson might be a good.
You think he can bounce back?
I don't know, man. He's good on hard packed tracks.
He's
I mean,
kind of the
Tomac got
West
the
Coast.
better of him last year, but I just feel like he lives in California. He rides there. He rides this type of track. I feel like all year long. I feel like this could be
Where
like the
did he
first
finish
win.
last weekend? 5th? I mean, obviously very different tracks.
Yeah,
but
very different tracks. I don't know, man. I feel like this could be
got a
Anderson's
feeling?
week. I'm gonna look at if Anderson qualifies first. I'm gonna put him to win.
fair enough.
That's my take.
I don't blame you.
But look, it's okay.
Let's go to some. So you're hopping straight to Anderson's stats, or should we go over Sexton real quick?
We can go over Sexton.
Yeah. He's crashed at least 6 times this year.
Put a 9 in there.
If only, it can only be one.
He's crashed in almost every gate drop or hit the deck.
And that I really, while we were talking to Dan there, and I was thinking or listening, I don't think Sexton has to get the win. Like I agree that it would give him confidence, but I almost feel like that's the problem. Is he feels like it's
He has
win
to
or
win,
nothing.
win or nothing.
I think he needs to take a step back and slow his roll.
Like an AC
Yep,
and just finish.
with mistake-free. With his speed, mistake-free is going to mean a podium at the very least.
Well,
So,
with his speed, it's just, back it down 5% and just see what happens.
yeah, just stay off the ground. And if he could have a night doing that,
It's
then I
almost
would
like-
bet the next weekend is a win.
And I like that crash last week with Kenny. It almost feels like he was rushing that.
Yes, he definitely was. I was going to bring that up.
Have to try. That was not a passing.
He
place.
knows he's faster than Kenny.
Yeah, and that was not somewhere where you try and pass somebody.
And how many laps was that in? That was
It was
three
very-
or 4.
very
He
beginning of
knows
the
he
race.
knows where Tomac is. He has nothing to sweat. I guess
Nothing.
Webb was kind of pressuring him.
Sure, but
little bit.
it just seemed like it's like you were trying to force something there that's like, don't worry about that.
But,
All right.
Yeah, if he could just slow his roll, I think Sexton he'll get a win this year.
I don't know. Now I'm having second thoughts. Anderson's gone 5-5, 4-5, 6 in his
Wow.
last 5 races. He hasn't been on the box in 5
That's
rounds.
crazy. Where do you have him currently? I have him in that 5th place spot, but where do you have him? Assuming he doesn't qualify first this weekend. I don't have him anywhere but 4th or 5th.
Fourth.
That's where I've been swapping him back and forth.
Maybe on the
and-
box, dude. I mean, I just don't. I trust. Well, I don't know, man. Who doesn't make the mistake, Anderson or Sexton?
No kidding.
Okay, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I wouldn't. I'm not putting Anderson on the box.
Okay.
He's got to prove it to us before I take that risk, I guess. But
Do you put Barcia ahead of Anderson this weekend?
I do. I've got Barcia as wrapping up my podium in 3rd.
Okay.
I think he's just rocking a lot of confidence right now, and that's huge. So yeah, I see no reason not to keep Barcia up there. What's so funny?
Just Alexander just asked why there wasn't 69 votes.
Yeah.
AP, he's been sneaky, good.
He
Aaron
finished
Plessinger.
4th without
I know.
there wasn't a peep.
His name was
There
not
wasn't a
mentioned.
peep.
If I'd have asked
This
you,
is Ken
hey,
Roczen
who was your
show.
top 5 last week, you probably would have forgotten that AP was in there.
Yep.
So AP put him in there for a spoiler. I don't know if like hard pack
He
tracks
likes
like this.
ruts. That definitely that track catered to him a little bit, but I have no doubts that
He'll
he
be
could
all right.
find himself up there. But there's too many to squish into this top 5. I don't have AP in there.
You don't?
Not for this weekend. But I wouldn't call you crazy if you did.
Okay.
But let's. Here's where you can really make up some points. You nail this wild card, which we were
15th.
so close last week. We were so close.
Yeah, Craig
So close.
ruined it for everybody. Or
I
Tomac.
yes, he did.
Hey, Levi, throw up that lap chart. We have a lap chart show. Shout out Dr. JB.
Yeah.
That this will help you out, I think, for the wild card because you always want to go back and look at the race and be like, okay, well, like who was around 15th place in that last?
No, this is a good idea.
Man, my computer's slacking, bro. Oh, you just have it pulled up. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up here real quick.
I can share.
Let me just pull up the Discord. There it is. Okay, look. TV's
no,
not working.
our TV's
our
off.
TV's blank. It hasn't been on for like 15 minutes.
Levi's sweating bullets. It is not his fault. I'm pretty certain that our company wide we just had an internet outage for a little bit there. I don't think it was.
Let's see here. Okay, so you look at that. Chiz, Grant Harlan, he must have gone down because he went from 14th to 18th about halfway through. But McElrath, Chiz, Harlan, Morans, Noren, like that McElrath, Chiz, Noren group right there is looking pretty
Any one
good.
of them.
Those guys are all kind of in that battle. Like, and then you get to Wilson and Justin and Josh Hill, where I think those guys are just a step above.
They're just that
those.
11th, 12th-ish
Exactly.
spot. Yep.
So, I mean, if you look
I got to agree with Dan on the Kyle Chisholm.
You're going Chiz?
Yeah, I got Chiz.
He got 14th last week at Indy, and then before that, he hadn't gotten better than 15th. He was 16, 18, 19, 17, 17. We apologize. What is this software called we use?
OBS, our streaming software.
Wasn't letting us
whether
upload
it was we
internet or
couldn't
something?
get all our
Couldn't all get our
graphics
graphics up
uploaded
there.
today, but sometimes you're just battling technology.
Chiz would be good. But, I mean, Josh Hill, though, he was gone 11, 15, 13, 13, 14.
Josh has impressed me this year. He's turned it on.
I wonder if it's like his fitness has gotten better, so he's just gotten better.
It could be that. Him and Justin are like, they're just two peas in a pod. They're
They're
always together. They are at a very similar level right now, and I feel like, his average start is 15.38.
And
that would average finish is 14.2. So he definitely is still a good pick. But let's see, what's his last 5 finishes? 11, 15, 13, 13, 14.
Yeah.
So he could be a good pick.
He's there.
He honestly, on paper, he looks like a better pick than Chisholm.
Yeah.
But
Grant Harlan has finished 14th this year. But before that, 17th was his best finish. He's gotten 17th twice. He took a 21st and 18th. Kevin Moran's got 16th at Daytona. Before that, he was 18, 20, 18, 20, 18. So I don't know. Benny Bloss is looking good, though. If he doesn't crash, which he's kind of like Chase Sexton 2.0, where he just...
Bloss?
Yeah, he crashes a lot. But look at this. His last 4 finishes, 16, 16, 12.
17, 16. There's not a 15
I lied.
in
There's
there.
5 finishes. 16, 16, 12, 17. But he's right there. Average
He is
finish
right
on the year
there.
is 16.8. He's qualified within 1 spot of 15th, 5 out of the 9 rounds.
Who are the top 2 out of all those names? Who would you tell the people?
Chiz and Bloss.
I agree. Totally agree.
McElrath is like ultimate wild card of just like what is
10th?
he going to do?
Could be 20th?
I don't know.
Maybe he won't qualify for the main?
He'll go to the LCQ. So both Hill brothers like last week had their best finishes. They were
Yeah, I saw
9th
that.
and 11th.
Thank you, Christian. That's crazy.
Yeah, Christian said that was Josh's 11th place was his best finish since round 5, A3 in 2015.
Jeez. Good on him.
Yeah.
It's cool to see.
We need to get we had Justin call into the show one
No,
year.
we need
didn't
him again.
He was
Justin
good.
or Josh? Have
Justin,
we had both
I
of them?
think.
I'm pretty sure Justin has, but if we haven't had Josh, we definitely need to get him on the phone.
Okay. We'll reach out, see what we got going on here. But okay, so I don't know. Who's your wild card? Your wild card pick
Mine
gonna be?
is Chiz.
You're Chizen?
Ah.
What?
Did you see our most recent poll?
What is it?
I think you owe the people something.
Should Chase show his calves?
Is this to make up for our outage?
I mean, what do we have to do
content?
here? What do we have to do here?
I mean, I'll just stay hands-free.
I mean,
They've heard stories.
we can't. Can we get a close up on those?
I know.
mean,
Can you punch in?
can
Oh
you
yeah,
guys see those?
Levi's popping in here.
Get the zoom, dog.
Holy!
Hold on, let's get the other one in here. For all you haters out there who just never believe the hype is awkward.
Goodness!
This is awkward. Can we get it? Did we get the shot? Oh, my calf is cramping.
I am blood red right now. I'm just
Somebody got a shot in there somewhere.
holy. Focus.
Okay. Believe the hype. It's real. It wasn't the best shot. We'll get a better
Thanks
one.
for that. Freaking phenomenal. I have
sweaty.
to agree, Donald. Me too. Chase
right.
is shredded. Thanks. That's to make up for our little outage. Thanks for that, Chase.
You're welcome.
Yep.
I won't shy away.
We I don't know. Have you told the people our little Kenny Roczen? We need a little calf off.
Oh, should I do it in Seattle?
Comment below.
Has anybody seen Kenny's little videos he posts of him doing calf raises?
Yeah, he's showing off his
I'm going to
calves.
just hold my beer.
Yep.
Or I'm just going to go
I
up to
think we
Kenny
need
and
to find him
Seattle and
in
be
the
like, hey,
pits.
Kenny, can we do this real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Memes for days.
Trail Ride Adventure says, for the record, I voted no.
What's his only calves? Oh, boy. All right, Kobe, give me your pick. So I'm making mine right
Okay.
now.
You're making yours.
Dude, you know who was sneaky good last week, too, is AC.
Yeah, 6th place.
He's like, that was good.
Do you think it's because he had a good start and then everybody was just scared to make a move?
I don't know. Like I said, in that
Regardless.
lap chart, there was hardly any passes made after laps like 9.
This is my top 3.
Let's see here.
Roczen, Anderson, and Chiz. Where's old
dude.
Chizzo? There he goes. There's my top 5 and wild card. I have a feeling Chiz is going to do it. And I could promise you,
Chiz.
Christian also has Chiz in his wild card.
Think so?
Oh, I would bet money on it.
Okay, here's my picks. I've gone also with Tomac, but I have more faith in Anderson this week. And then I'm going to go Webb third.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. Can I have Sexton's plate?
Oh, did I not even have Sexton in there?
No, you left Sexton out, dude. I'm going to go Sexton
Is
third.
that a sign?
I'm going to go Webb fourth. Hard pack, slick tracks, I just don't feel like it's his
Feel like he's
thing.
going to be off his game a little
He's
bit?
really good on technical ruddy tracks. And then I'm actually going to go AP for 5th place. Yeah, just because he's
enough.
been on a roll. And then I'm going to stick with Chiz also for my wild card.
We're not going to see a KTM on the podium this weekend, huh? All Jap.
What do you mean?
No, is that what you're...
Oh,
yeah.
the podium?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's happened before.
Yeah, definitely.
We had all dads. Now we're going to have all Japanese.
Fair enough.
Okay. All right. But what?
I love it.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
love it. Well, that's all we got, man.
That's all we got. Interesting show. We showed our pets' heads are falling off. The show's crashing a little bit.
It's okay. It's
Calves
okay.
are
That's what we
coming
live-
out.
That's what we live for. We need more of that. Is this... Hey, get a poll of that. Is this what you were looking for? I asked for what do the people want? Is this what you want or nah?
I don't know. But hey,
that's all I got.
I had a good time today.
I
Remember,
definitely did. We always do.
link to the Discord is in the description. We got all the memes up there that you guys can check out. Post all the memes. Let's do another gear set giveaway. We'll do it
about that
next
time.
About that time.
Yeah.
You want to do it next Thursday?
Next Thursday, a week from today. So yeah, start cooking up memes. It can be from last weekend.
Could be from the
it
show.
Could be from this weekend. Could be from the show. But yeah, cook up some memes, get them submitted, and we'll pick our favorites, and you guys will vote for a winner Thursday.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So submit the memes in the Discord. Again, shout out. Thanks so much to Dr. JB, who I didn't see in the chat today. He's probably too busy building rocket ships for Blue Origin.
There's only one type of guy that could do the stats he does, and
It's Dr. JB.
Dr. JB.
And then, remember, go to RMFantasysX.com if you've never played before. We give away over $100,000 in prizes. What's cool is that the weekly prizes renew every week, so it doesn't matter when you start playing, you can always win those. And we give away 100 prizes each week for that.
No shortage.
Yep, and then you can see on there we got some cool. Oh, look at these Rocky Mountain carbon fiber wallet. You can click on that link on the fantasy page.
You rocked one of those, or rocking one of those?
I did. Yep, I did. Okay, but I don't know. That's all I got. Corey from Dirtworks.
Oh,
we need to get
the
him
list
on.
is getting long. Josh Hill, Corey from Dirtworks. Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Kobe's so tall. Oh boy. This is the beginning. This is only the beginning. They're wasting no time. I'm just seeing screen grabs already. That's what that was. They're wasting no time.
Oh,
You gotta love it. Thank you, everybody. That's right, Beta 2 Stroke. Are you not entertained?
That's right.
This
Hey,
is Sparta.
follow. I don't know what that is. All right. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We had a blast today. Good luck on your picks and your prizes this weekend. And we will see you this Monday to recap. Hopefully
an entertaining weekend. Without a doubt, it will be. Every
Okay.
single weekend is. But yeah,
Okay.
we'll see you Monday.
See you then.